Hi, everyone. It has been a while since I have been on here, and I really wanted to hop on and um, 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 how has the full moon and Mercury retrograde been going for everyone? How was the full moon? How was this weekend? And I don't mean that superficially. I'm asking that in a very deep way. I am here to share a poem, to share a passage of reading, and hopefully some people will hop on and we'll be able to chat for a little bit and have some conversations. So let me go ahead and start off with the 3-breath check-in. Okay. So for those of you that haven't really brought any awareness to your breath, I encourage you to go ahead and check in, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, maybe giving it a nice sigh. Checking in with the breath is a powerful way to invite mindfulness into our daily lives, right? And as I see some people are hopping on. Let's say hi in the comments. It's been a while, everybody. So happy to be here. So happy to have you here. And as you all say your hellos, let's go ahead and hear the poem. And this is out of the Journey of Love book. Love is more than words can define. It is a feeling which wells up inside and longs for release. It is a smile which starts in my heart and spreads across my face like a silly grin. It is a knowing so deep in my being that every cell speaks in a language only lovers know. And most of all, it is the beginning, the birth, the possibility, the promise of a tomorrow, the hope that grows into something we can only imagine when hearts combine and love becomes more. It's interesting that at the end of that, it says love because love becomes more. This theme, this concept keeps coming up in my day today, like more than love and what is more than love. And if any of you have any comments on that, I would love to see them in the comment section down below. Okay. Or even as we are here live, as you're watching it. So as we get to hear this beautiful poem about what were some of the words here? Being reborn. Yeah. The beginning, the birth, the possibility. That was like what this whole poem was about. The other passage is to be born, what must we do? The small self has to be annihilated. Annihilation, you remind us, is not for everyone. Be careful what you ask for, you warn. When you call out and say, beloved, bring me into union with you, be prepared to die. Die to all you ever thought yourself to be. And so I ask again, how's everybody doing? If any of these messages resonate with you, or if I were to take some of the messages that were trying to come through, what would come very loudly to me is this desire to grow into something else, right? And transformation can be something that is very uncomfortable for all of us. Transformation requires death. Sometimes it's an ego death, right? Sometimes it's the death of an emotion or a thought process that just no longer is serving us. And so lovingly and kindly, what parts of you need to die, right? Like let go, let it go. Like that's a whole thing, like, yeah, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this go. But sometimes it has to be, some of us like the dramatics. Yeah. And sometimes it does have to be a lot more serious than just letting it go. Sometimes letting it go isn't the path. It's literally allowing us to go through certain levels of death so that way we can be renewed and to be reborn inside of who we're calling ourselves out to be, who we are feeling called to be, and who we are asking the Creator to support us into becoming. And that's not always easy, right? Because it's an identity. We're really tied to these parts of ourselves. We really have a lot of emotion, have a lot of history, have a lot of things that are tied into who we are today. I mean, that would have to mean possibly letting go of people that are in our lives, letting go of jobs, letting go, or, letting go of belief systems, letting go of habits that are so deeply ingrained in us. And the ego will easily come up and say, I can't do that. No, I don't want to let go. But sometimes it's time. And sometimes that process isn't easy, and sometimes it feels like a death. Yeah. So this card came out, the Ancient Ones. Love that. The Ancient Ones are the shaman of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to help us attain our full realization. The Ancient Ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew because you have unlimited spiritual resources available to you right now. The Ancient Ones beseech you to examine your attitudes and actions and be sure that they are of the highest integrity. Not forgiving an ancestor or yourself is keeping you from the freedom you seek. Remember, this is no longer your karma. You can break the chains that once bound you to the family drama and be free of your generational curses. Forgive the ones you need to release. Honor your biological ancestors by lighting a candle to them tonight. I love that. And there's a lot of reasons why. Thanks for being here. I see that some people are logging on. Hi. I would love to see your name in the comments or to see your name pop up. It's been a while since I've been here. Again, like this theme of calling out, of being ready for change and understanding the process of dying, right? The fear, the pain that comes with that. And not dying in terms of a literal sense, but it can feel like that sometimes when we have to change in order to step into who we are becoming. Hi. Hi. And let's talk a little bit about the full moon that happened. Okay. So the full moon was in Pisces. This was the harvest moon. The harvest moon is associated with the fall. The fall time in the tradition that was passed down to me in shamanism is associated with the West. The West is associated with ancestors. It's associated with the sun setting and dying, right? Isn't that an interesting theme? Is that a coincidence? Nothing's ever a coincidence. And if we are all one, if we're all breathing the breath of God, if we're all breathing the breath of the Creator here, then how do we relate to this? The West is also associated with the ancestors of those that have crossed over. And here we are with, again, the ancient card. We had a passage out of the Saint Teresa book, Passionate Mystic. And we had the flame of Christ come out in the journey of love. So if there was a message, do you have a message a message for the world. And if there is a message, could I share it? Ooh, ooh. Yeah, if there is a message, what is it? The message is, I know that the suffering right now can feel very intense. And if we are connecting with the truth, whatever that is for us, remembering that there is no language to describe the truth, but the essence of that is that we are eternal and that we are infinite beings, and that there is a future you that is calling out to you. The you that has goals, aspirations, dreams. The you that wants to find love. The you that wants to have financial freedom. The you that wants connection, peace, happiness, whatever version, whatever adjective, whatever thing that it is that you're looking for. That version of you already exists. So if you were to connect to that version of yourself, if you were to take some deep breaths, go on a journey within, what messages would you receive from that self? I know for one thing that's coming through very strong right now, a message is this will pass. Whatever feelings that you are feeling that might feel overwhelming, they will pass. It's time to really anchor down in celebration and disciplines. It's time to anchor into our communities because the sun is starting to go away. The light is starting to go away. And that light might be reflected inside of us. Maybe we feel like we're heading into the darkness as we, move with the oneness of nature and of what we see reflected on the outside. And that doesn't mean that it's bad, right? It just means that we're going to have to take action that is going to support us during this time. So the first question was, if you connected with the future you that has already attained some of the goals and dreams that you are looking for, what advice would they give you? Okay. The second question is, are you going to take those actions today? That is how we bring the future self into the current self, is we know what we need to do and we start doing it. And that does not mean that we have to do it perfectly. It's not the journey, right? We don't just arrive. We take it step by step. Put one foot in front of the other. Then maybe sometimes we look behind like, did I go the right way? Maybe sometimes we have to stop and look around. And that's okay. Because it's perfect and it's all perfect, right? There's movement and there's non-movement. There's action and there's non-action. And there's a balance to that. And all of that, knowingness can come from our internal guidance system. So how do we connect with our future self? How do we know what actions to take? How do we connect? We breathe, which is what we did at the beginning of this, right? We do our check-in. We breathe, we meditate. What is meditation? Meditation is turning the eye inward. It's shutting off the external and it's going inward to see what's in there. And I can't tell you what you will find. I can tell you what I've found, but it's really up to you to go inward and discover. For those of you that haven't, if you check out my Podia account, there is a 5-day challenge that will support you in basically how to set goals. The 5-day challenge is something that I love to do at the beginning of the year, but it is something that can be done at any time. And with us reaching the fall equinox, it does not hurt to check in with our goals. It does not check in with our values as well. Okay. So you can get that. That is a free 5-day online short little classes to take, 5 of them. I love it. Beyond that, I do have that membership that's going on. We meet bi-weekly, and the chat is filled with things that are going on. I did an entire full moon reading. We do weekly updates. I send motivational and other YouTube videos for everybody to have the opportunity to listen to. It's not a requirement, but it's to help uplift and help to keep us focused. Yeah, sometimes accountability can be the hardest part as we begin to move forward and anchoring into our future. And so, if this is something that you would like to do, feel free to reach out. It is also on that Podia site. It's the same site as the 5-day challenge, is where that membership is, where you'll get access to the container and the chat and the bi-weekly Zooms where we do things like shamanic journeys. We check in, we do meditation, we do breath work, and we just get to be with people who are kind and thoughtful and are really, really gaining momentum and moving forward in their journey. And I would love to have you there. Is there anybody that's here that would like a reading? If you would like one, before I head off, go ahead and drop a comment, and I will pull a card for you. And as I wait, if anybody wants to, and if you don't, that's okay too. It's been fun hanging out, fun checking in. I love that card. This is my Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. I love this. Chelsea, hey! So good to see you. I'm going to pop your name up here. Always take a reading. I feel you. So good to see you here. How are you? How have you been? Oh, a bunch were wanting to come out to chat. So I'm going to go through this again. Everyone's like, I have lots to say. What's going on, girl? And if these cards don't want to talk, I'll just go ahead and tune in to see who wants to step forward for you. Oh, this card flipped backwards. Okay. So 2 cards were flipped. We have the moon, which was first, and then behind it, which is probably clarifying it, is the upper world. Life is crazy, but good. It's great to hear that it's good. I love the yellow heart. In that miracle tribe that I have, we've been talking about the solar plexus. So thank you for reaffirming that with your little yellow heart. I don't know if that resonates with you in terms of working with that. I know in the collective there's been a little bit of an imbalance with that particular chakra. So people have been feeling kind of like overwhelmed, maybe wanting to hermit a little bit. And Spirit had called out for people to try to balance that out. So we're going to start off with this moon card, okay? And it says every 28 days, the moon manifests a steady progression from darkness to light and then back again. This phenomenon in our skies has a powerful impact on our human psyche. It offers us the certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, there is a light waiting so we can be reborn into a new phase. This calls to mind a native African prayer to the moon. May our lives be renewed as yours is. The moon also has strong influence on the ebb and flow of waters on Earth. The same power in turn affects human feelings and emotions and mirrors their rising from or hiding back into the unconscious. The invitation is to the moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun. And now it comes to remind you of this balance. How have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements? Or Have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon cycles and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connect with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. Again, I love the yellow heart, right? Because that's what I was kind of hitting. There's a little bit of hermiting kind of like wanting to happen right now. And when we work with the solar plexus chakra, what it's going to do is it's going to initiate willpower. Now, of course, like we can't just be like, I'm breathing in yellow and it's going to magically want to make me take action, right? Like one of the ways to heal that solar plexus chakra is to begin taking action. Now, action can sometimes feel like a big word. Like, even when I said that, it was like, oh my gosh, like I have to take action. What I really feel like is being called is taking action on the little things. It's almost like there are uncompleted tasks that are calling to be completed, and that's going to help do that. While I'm here with you, I also just want to address the heart chakra because I can feel that in there. There's a little bit of tightness. Is that physical, emotional, mental? What part of that is? Okay, so I feel tightness in the heart. Whenever I had asked what part of the shamanic wheel or the medicine wheel that is, they were talking about the mental body. Now, the mental body is also associated with that solar plexus as well. The solar plexus represents the mental body. Do you want to? Can you expand on that for me, please? This song is coming into my head. What if I fell face? Hold on, wait. That's not the right. Um, would it make you feel sad? Cause what if I fall face first on the in something on the sidewalk? Would you laugh? Would it make you feel sad? Would it make you feel sad? Okay. Um what if I crash my car right in front of your house? Would you something? Would it make you feel sad? So to me, what I'm asking, like, why is that song coming into my head? And they are talking about looking for some sort of external validation. Not validation, that's a strong term, but it's they're like it's also not an accurate. So the way that they want to present this is you aren't really getting the love that you need right now. Your cup's a little empty, love. Okay. And I don't know how clearly that's being communicated to the people around you. They're talking about rather than asking, like, say that again, please. Rather than, it's almost like rather than asking, do you love me? And like waiting for an answer, to just go up to somebody and be like, tell me that you love me. And although like that can seem very like upfront and honest and bold and brave and courageous and forward, that is the energy of the solar plexus. Okay. And it's also going, and it sounds like it might not feed as much as you think, but it will, right? Again, talking about that belly, like there's a want to be filled. I'm also hearing some sort of intellectual stimulation is going to help you during this time. Maybe popping on something on YouTube and filling that mental body with something that fills your cup, because yeah, it definitely, yeah, right, it is definitely empty. I feel that, love. That is unfortunate. um Tell me what else. Yeah, and then so they're kind of showing me like this, like looking, it's almost like I'm looking for something to fill. So I don't want you to feel like your guides aren't recognizing that you aren't trying to find a way to fill your cup. They're like, she's trying to fill her cup and it's just like not getting filled. Um And so I think that it's time to switch it up, to try something different that you haven't tried before. And again, I think that's why they're bringing up this possibility of intellectual stimulation, turning something on to just feed your mind, to feed it with hopefulness and just things that you are going through. I'm the bucket with holes right now. Oh, okay. I feel you. I love that. And the bucket with the holes, what did it do? Right? It was watering the grass all around it. Um, so how can you fill your cup? I'm going to take your wisdom and run with this. Your wisdom at this time, especially since you called that out, is recognizing yourself, not waiting for somebody else to recognize you, but to recognize yourself. And that is going to fill your cup. That's going to fill the bucket, right? I feel like maybe some mirror work. Not feel like that's just like an option, like mirror work, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you. You are doing so much and you are doing so well. And I appreciate all of the effort that you're putting in, giving yourself the words of encouragement that maybe you know that you're needing, and not doing it without looking at yourself. Because I feel like that's a part. Wanting to be seen is like coming up big. So I'm listening because there's something else coming in. Nature's calling you to spend some time with it. I can hear the wind. And it like wants to hug you. It wants to blow. The wind wants to wrap itself around you. So don't forget the life that is outside of the walls. And don't forget that that life, it doesn't have to be human life. Yeah, it could be nature, is missing you and wanting to spend some time with you and wanting to play with you. If you have 5, 10, 15 minutes to just play with the wind. Even the possibility comes up of, if you feel comfortable, just being like talking to it. Like in Elsa's Frozen too, how she calls the wind Gale, just saying, hi, Gale, and like watching the wind respond to you and play. It'll really help you remember how deeply you're loved. It's like, I want to show you that I love you. I want to show you that I love you. Come play with me, is what I'm hearing. Water. What's water? They're talking about water with you. I'm like, is it drinking water? Is it taking a bath? Is it internal, like the sacred waters from within that are wanting to come out, right? I'm the bucket with the holes in it. I feel that pressure in the chest, like wanting to come up, wanting to be expressed. That might be with water. I can feel it in the front and the back of my body. Can you give me another song? Whitney Houston song comes in. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody who loves me. Mm-hmm. Play. That feeling of play, right? Not like the actual action of playing, right? It's like, because action almost feels exhausting to you. We're talking about the energy of play that is just like wanting to be expressed. I'm doing this motion. It almost feels like the sacred waters, right? They had mentioned like something with water. They're showing me like a fountain, just like shooting up and out and around, like that kind of play. Joy. Maybe getting out in the rain, playing in the rain like that. How does that sound? How does that feel? I'm hearing like the time, something about time and tired. Just don't have time and I'm tired. And there's like a ancestor that's like coming forward. It's like a feminine energy, and but like a very strong feminine energy. Like it's a like strong female, and it's like, make the time. That's what she says. Make the 5 minutes. Make it. You are a creator. Make the time. She's saying, the world will not come crashing down for 5 minutes. Your world will not come crashing down. Yeah, you can't pour from an empty cup. Talking about that airplane reference, needing to put your mask on first. Talking about something about they can't survive with nothing. Like if you're not there, you know, again, that concept of just like empty cup, empty cup. They're also showing me a visualization of going out at night and just looking up at the stars and like remembering, just looking up at the stars. It's going to help bring some perspective in. Yeah. I see a couple of other people have hopped on. Hi. Thanks for being here. I have time to do one more reading if anybody would like one. Before I hop off, I gotta go do the weekly reading inside of the Miracle membership that was launched. Super excited to head in there and see what's going on this week. Last week we had some coyote energy, so accurate. The week before we had some spider energy. I saw a shore. Can you give me your name? That would be, I guess you don't have to. We'll go with shore. I felt called to go with the journey of love for you, though. So let's see. And I also, the energy really shifted with that. Okay. Is it Karina? With like a long E? Okay. It popped up on your feed. Nice. I wonder how that worked. Ah, so happy to be here. Yes, Karina. Nice. So happy to have you here. So Karina, I'm just doing readings. I don't know if you've ever had a reading from me before, but I do it in a couple of ways. I have cards, but mostly what I do is I tap in with guides and my physical body. And immediately whenever I connected with you, my energy felt really dense, lovingly. Like what it felt like to me was, I feel heavy. Like I feel like I have a lot of things going on. I feel a heaviness around me. Can you describe that to me, please? Yeah, I also feel like I have a lot on my mind, like almost like I have like I'm trying to figure something out. Like I'm trying to problem solve something. But I'm having a little bit of difficulty. It feels like a tough decision. And then right then, like the center of my chest, I can feel the tension right in the center of my chest. What is that? The song Heartbreak Hotel kind of comes in. So I feel like whatever whatever is going on, not it feels life changing. It feels like to you, it feels very like it's a big move. Let me go ahead and connect with these cards. 2 cards came out for you. We have the Breaking. We also have Guardian of the Soul Family. This card actually came out inside of my membership container. So what this card was talking about was that your guides are trying to connect you with new kindred spirits, okay? And in order for new relationships to come into your life, we have to be willing to let go of the current relationships that are in our lives that are no longer serving us. So there is a message coming through about new relationships coming in. Now, they could be romantic, it could be job, it could be friendship, but it is kindred. There's going to be a deep knowing and alignment between you and whatever this opposing or this opposite object, person, or thing is. Um, the breaking is a new card I have not seen, and it says you are breaking apart. You might not understand it at all. There is not so much to be understood, but the simplicity doesn't mean it is easy to endure. You may worry that you are going too far, that you may not recover or ever come back together again. But what can you do? Can you hold back from the divine love that calls you, that lures you to becoming all that you are, to remembering your divine nature? Well, you could try, but for what purpose? Temporary rest before the storm at best. So take the rest if you need it, then dive into the storm. Let yourself be brokenhearted by the divine so that you can become your truth, become all you are meant to be. It is better to have the heart broken so that it grows than to be brokenhearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love. This oracle brings compassionate guidance that no matter what sadness, anger, despair, or frustration you may feel, you are being pulled apart not by dark forces, but by the loving embrace of the divine, as it strips you of that which would keep you from your divine realization. Let go and break. It is going to be the making of you. So I was feeling that in my chest, right? And I was like, I don't know if my heart's breaking, but it definitely feels like it. So let me check in with my guides to see if they have any other messages that are coming through to support you in this journey. The first thing that they're talking about is like, please tell her that this is not a punishment. Like, this is not punishment. This rearranging of your life is not that. It is actually here truly to support and realign you with what you are calling out for. It's almost like um the part of the song, use me, will you use me? Ooh, will you use me? It's almost like there's this divine call coming from you. I want to be you. I want to be used in a way that helps me feel happiness and fulfilled. And what is the process of doing that? And part of that process that is being called forward is to crack open here. And I'm hearing like, but it's hard. And the answer is, yeah. Yeah. And um and I sympathize and I empathize with you. It is difficult to let things go because the heavy heart is I have a lot of compassion for animals. Okay. I love that. Compassion is big. Mm. Okay, I see that. I keep getting brought to the tension in the middle of my back. I'm asking, is it mental, physical, emotional, spiritual? They are showing me a little bit of a misalignment in the spine, just a little bit. And I think it's just because of muscle tension. The muscles are kind of pulling it. So it's almost like the back wants to be cracked in that area. Is there anything else you want to talk about there? They're also talking about that expression of putting things behind us, like putting things in our emotional backpack could also be causing that your body's trying to communicate with you that it's time to take some of the things that you've been pinning back and really taking a look at them again. Yeah. Yoga will definitely help with that. Okay. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that there were some messages there for you to help give you some hope, some direction. I'm just listening. Frog. You're welcome. It was so nice to have you here. So nice. I always love having new energies in this space, having new people here. Thank you. Thank you. I can feel within you. I'm simply a reflection of you. Yeah. Everything you see in me is all of the good things about you as well. So thank you. And so thank you, Chelsea. Thanks, Karina, for being here. Thanks for everybody that hopped on. Shay, thanks for everyone. It's always so great to spend this time with you, and it was a nice way to come back and revisit this space. If you are looking for more interaction with me, more in-depth things that are going on a weekly basis, please check out my membership. And again, it's posted on my Podia account, which is Alicia Dunlop, podia.aliciadunlubby.com. Thank you so much. You too. All right, everyone. Have a blessed week. I'll check in with you all soon. Bye.